Hello there, let's talk about episode 7 of Skeleton Crew. We are going to be in so much trouble. Now, apologies in advance, it is absolutely pissing down rain here, and you're probably going to hear it on the microphone. I do apologise for that. We've had 40-degree weather the last couple of days, and then today and yesterday, it's just been storming and pissing down rain, and it's been freezing. We're in the middle of summer right now, and I'm dressed like this. Anyway, back to the show. We are at the penultimate episode, just one to go after this one. We have finally returned to Aten. I very much enjoyed the silliness of this episode, juxtaposed with the more serious moments. I think it's a good way to show that Star Wars can sort of toe that line between different tones and moods, and not veer too far in either direction with it seeming awkward. Now, I thought the opening scene of the parents running around with the transmitter and getting stunned one by one and just sort of lazily falling forward each time as the next parent picks up the transmitter, I thought that was really funny. But it also wasn't super played for laughs in the moment. I don't know, I liked that scene a lot. I thought it was fun. Tonight we said goodbye to a legend, Captain Brutus. We hardly knew you. Good night, sweet prince. You were a fantastic Black Series figure. Look at him. Look at this guy. He's not in focus, but look at him. I think this show has done the best in recent memory, anyway, in having alien characters not just be set dressing, and having them be a part of the actual plot. Now, while I don't think Brutus is an especially fantastic or deep character by any standards, but just the simple fact of him being there, and of him being a Shistavinan, fills in that world that little bit more for me. It makes it feel like it is actually in this galaxy far, far away. I have loved the different amounts of aliens that we've gotten in Skeleton Crew. 10 out of 10, no notes. Actually, one note, I want Nautilans back. I really want to see more Nautilans. I do have to wonder though, are they going to have Vane do anything really of note? Or is he really just here to provide that connective tissue to the Mandalorian? Just to remind everyone, hey, this is taking place in the same time period. Ever since I heard he was going to be in the show, I just sort of assumed that he would have a bigger role to play, maybe. I expected more from him. I actually thought that he would originally be in the pirate captain position that Brutus was in. There is still one episode left, so maybe he does do something of note in the last episode. I was just wondering, just an observation, not taking points away from it. I was just like, what was the point of having him be in Mandalorian Season 3 and then plucking him out and bringing him over to the Skeleton Crew? I thought there would be a reason. Maybe it is just that connective tissue. Who knows, but hey, I'm glad he's here. Now, you cannot convince me that the barrier around Aten is not based on Nile storm wall technology and that those big satellite things are not storm seeds. My theory towards the beginning of the show was that Aten was a treasury for the Republic. I was close, it was a mint, rather. And that perhaps the barrier was erected to keep it out of the hands of the Nihil at that time, reverse engineering their storm wall technology that they used to put up the occlusion zone during the High Republic. Now, if you want to know more about the Storm Wall, I recommend getting into the High Republic novels. It's actually wrapping up this year towards June and August with its last couple of novels. Some of the comic books will still be going a little bit past that date, I believe, but the main story is wrapping up this year, which is very exciting. I've really enjoyed that series. Now let's talk about Jod Narwood. They have absolutely surpassed my expectations with this character, because I thought I knew exactly how this character was going to go. I was like, he's going to be this Jedi Force user, maybe not an actual Force user, and he'll say, oh, I'm going to help you kids, and then he'll betray them, but then he'll disagree with the pirates at the end, and then he'll go back and turn around and save the kids and save the day, showing he really had a heart of gold all along. I think we might be past that point, though. I feel like we might have gone past a point of no return with him. Something could still happen in the last episode where he does make that turn, and I've just got to give them credit for playing Jod as a true scoundrel, this true kind of piece of shit character, and I hope he remains that way. I really, really do. I really don't want that last minute redemption. Him bringing out the saber and cutting down 33 was a genuinely shocking moment to me, because I legitimately forgot that Jod took that lightsaber. I forgot that he actually still had it. It completely slipped my mind, so when it came out, I was just like, oh shit! 33, he can always be repaired, though. He is a droid. We'll see what happens with that. But Jod's speech with the saber and threatening the kids, I thought was great. I said last week that Jude Law just like sort of chews up these scenes that he's in. He's doing really well, and that speech hit home for me personally, because let's face it, we've all done that when kids are being too loud and annoying. This looked pretty close to me and my nephews at Christmas. But back to that towing the line between like serious moments and silliness, I thought they did it really well here as well, where Jod claims the Onyx Cinders and then Fern is like, I call unclaimsies, which I thought was a really great callback to the beginning of the show where they tried to claim the Onyx Cinder originally. I thought that was very, very funny. We're also getting closer and closer to meeting the supervisor, which I guess we're going to assume that the supervisor may be Tak Renard at this point. Right? Maybe? I don't know. Originally, I said that the supervisor would be like a droid sort of running things on autopilot since the collapse of that old republic. But with what they've done with the setup of Renard over the last few episodes, and him being on at Aten, we know he got there. Maybe he took over as the supervisor, became the supervisor. Just randomly, I'd love some sort of he merged himself with a droid to survive a long period of time, like the Master or something. Completely out of left field and not going to happen because I don't think it would fit, but that was just where my mind went for half a second. But yeah, pretty great episode. I like that they got to the vault. We finally see just how much treasure there is on at Aten. The kids, once again, were all great. The reunion with the parents, while short and sweet, very nice. It looks like next episode will be, the kids and parents versus Jod and the pirates versus the droids and the supervisor. Maybe? I'm not sure what angle they're really going to go. It'll be interesting. I do feel like they've got something up their sleeve for this last episode. I say that based on absolutely nothing other than gut feeling. But I'm looking forward to it. I will be sad when this is over because I have really enjoyed this series. It's been very, very fun. This was always at the bottom of my list in terms of anticipated projects when all those projects were announced a couple of years ago. And it has honestly blown me away with how much I've enjoyed it. I honestly did not expect to like it as much as I did. Someone on Blue Sky said that they wouldn't have minded if this series had some filler episodes, just so we could have gotten more weekly adventures with the kids. And I kind of agree. I really would have liked to spend more time with them, gone on a few more adventures before they return to Aten. But sadly, we are in that era of just incredibly short seasons of television where 8 episodes became the norm for a lot of people, and it kind of sucks. You kind of have to just roll with it, but it kind of sucks. Anyway, looking forward to next week. 1 episode to go. Thank you for watching. If you made it this far, make sure you follow me here and over on TikTok. Love talking about Star Wars. So yeah, thanks for watching, and as always, may the Force be with you.